Humbity diddledy hidely dido, humbity diddlum diddledy dido, humbity diddledy hidely dido, humbity diddlum die. Where are we today, boys and girls?
A reservoir?
A reservoir just up from Glendevon. So I think this one is Glendsherrup. Well, we just have a look out. How beautiful is that?
Yeah. Look at all those fishies.
I know, you can see them all jumping up, can't you? And we can see right the way down there to the other end of the glen. Yeah. It takes us down the other side of the Ochils, doesn't it? And is this maybe the back of Seamab that we're on just now?
I think so.
Is this the back of Seamab Hill up there with all the trees, do you think?
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what it is, isn't it? Right, well we take just a wee walk along the reservoir and just have a wee look at it.
Yeah.
Aye?
Looks like there's a bit of a steep walking path ahead.
It does, doesn't it? And that takes us away back down the glen. But we'll go back down there in a minute. Here, how about we just walk along the wall of the reservoir here and tell me what you think?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty nifty, isn't it?
But in heard of all this nice weather, some of them have run out of water.
Yes, that's right. There's another one further up, Frandy, or Frandy Fisheries. That one's all down to the ground, so we'll take a wee walk up to see that one another day, won't we? And look at this big wall here. Look at the length of it. How long do you think that is?
So, if we were to measure each chunk,
and then count the chunks, you'd be able to figure it out.
we're basically getting the number and then timesing it by the amount that you have on it.
So why do you think these reservoirs are even here? What are they for?
With nice and clean water.
To supply Clackmannanshire with nice and clean water, as far as I know. And that's why they're all up here on the top of the hills. Will we take a walk along?
Yeah.
Come here, Chloe, come on. What do you think those plants are down there, actually? Those red ones, what are those?
Water lilies?
I think those are water lilies, I'm not sure. They're very, very nice though, aren't they?
Might I one day like some in my own pond?
Yes, that is a good idea, isn't it?
Maybe cat's tails? Or no?
What's that, sorry?
Maybe there might be some cat's tails here.
Some cat's tails, right? Come along here, hold my hand and let's walk along this way and let's see what we can see. Huh? It's absolutely stunning up here, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is quite cool because you can just walk along. Look at all the bugs and everything flying off here on the moss, because you would think there's not much happening here, but look at them.
There's hundreds upon thousands of midges.
I think this must be the busiest time of the day for them when the sun's just coming down onto it. What do you think?
Yeah. It looks like the average size for a bit of moss, but 5 millimeters.
Yep, looks about the average size, but it's everywhere along here, isn't it? It's completely covering this bit. But the bit where the light doesn't hit, what's it like?
Very dark.
There's not really any there, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, look, you can see in the water here. Look, you can see the water. Is that just the bugs in the top of the water that's making all those little circles there, Chloe?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Look, there's fish. I see fish.
Oh, you see fish? Let's see if we can see them. Where can you see the fish?
There.
Where about? I can't see.
I like this wall.
I like this wall too, William.
Do this. If you look closely, you can see sticklebacks.
Oh, can you see the sticklebacks from here?
Yeah, that's how clear and pure the water is.
Well, we've got to drink it, so you would hope that it was pretty clear, wouldn't you?
It wasn't like this in earlier times of history.
Well, none of this was here back then, William. These were all man-made, and at the bottom of some of them are old farmhouses and the remnants of the buildings that used to be there.
Is that an old farmhouse?
No, I think that's more a modern, maybe fisherman's hut, or just maybe something to, maybe like an old pump station or something, maybe.
So a little house that people can rent out to pass the time?
No, I don't think it's a house. It's definitely not a house. No, yeah, that's why I think it's maybe something to do with the running of the dam or for the fishermen or stuff like that. So let's just come across here and look up on the hill. So what's the next hill next to Seamab? I can't quite remember. It's one of the Ochils, but I can't remember the name of it. We'll have to have a wee look. Oh, trying to fall over there. No. Demaya, it's about 10 miles along further, right at the very end.
Oh. Then what's right at the very start?
Well, that's a good question because there's still a bit of a debate about where the Ochils actually end or begin. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. The land raises up beside them, and it's whether you call that a hill or you don't call it a hill. But I think up here is pretty much the sort of high point of it all, certainly.
You know where we are right now?
Where are we right now?
Standing. This would have originally been the swamps back in the Carboniferous period.
It would have been, wouldn't it? Right down between the glen.
And if I'm right, then we would have been, right now, if we were in the Carboniferous period, we would be knee-deep in peat bog.
Would we?
Yeah.
I think you might be right. And just look at this. This is all man-made, obviously, right up here.
Yeah.
I know, they've cut a really nice pattern into it with the tractor or whatever they've used to cut the grass, haven't they?
The Carboniferous period was the just before the Permian, the great rise of the lizards, the end of the insect reign.
Oh, right. So you think, maybe, what do you think? What prehistoric animals would have been jumping about here, do you think?
I think a little lizards are some really big ones like Megalania, which was 2 times the size of a modern Komodo dragon, and also the griffin fly, a titanic dragonfly the size of an eagle.
What?
Yeah.
There was dragonflies the size of eagles, you say?
Yeah, you can really call that a dragonfly.
I'm not very happy about this. I do not want to bump into any of them. Shall we just take a wee walk up the steps here?
These bugs are long extinct.
And have a wee look here. Oh, wow. Oh, look, I just saw a fish jumping. Let's see if we can catch that again. Do you think they're jumping out to catch the flies on top of the surface?
Yeah.
Can you see that just rippling out there? Look at that. That was one little jump, and look at the ripples coming away over to us now. Come and see, Chloe. How cool is that?
Oh, there's a pug moth.
Oh, you see a pug moth, do you?
Yeah, very common species.
Wonderful. It is such a spectacular place here. I don't even want to tell you any history about this place because I just want to look at it. Yeah. I don't want to ruin it. Now, this is quite interesting because now we can see the other side of this wall. So on the other side, it's curved one way. So this is really like one of those Quaver crisps, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got that same kind of curl on it, doesn't it?
Despite the fact it's not hot cheesy and doesn't ruin the environment.
Yes, exactly. And that's really cool. We can see right along it again, can't we? Absolutely stunning. We look over this side. Now this tells me, is the dam quite high or quite low, the water just now, do you think?
Quite low.
It's quite low, isn't it? Because you can see the moss here. That's probably where the watermark usually sits, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's no surprise that the other dam reservoirs are all emptying as well, isn't it? Because this is getting down really low. This is sort of getting down past the man-made level now, if we look closely. Oh, can you see another little fish? Let me see.
In clear water.
Let me see if I can spot him.
Oh, he's away.
Oh, is he away again? Right, shall we just take another wee walk along to the end of the reservoir wall here and see what we can see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on over here, Chloe. Come and hold my hand, quick. And let's just walk along here and we'll have a wee look at this water. What do you think of the reflections as well? Oh, look, there's more fish jumping in the water there. I think you can maybe just see that there.
Or is that just flies?
No, I don't think a fly can make that big a ripple in the water. What do you think?
Say that to the daddy long legs.
Oh, can they make quite a big ripple, can they?
Yes, with those long lanky legs, they also make quite strange shapes ripples too.
Oh, do they?
Mhm.
Magnificent. And now as we come over, the sun's just dipping down behind the hills there, isn't it? And the temperature's soon going to drop down here, isn't it? Now, what's this bit here? Let's have a look here. Aha! Ah, right. So, let's have a look. Look down there, Chloe. Can you see that? The man-made part down there. Let's come down here so you can see it better. And let's try and figure out what this part's for. Shall we? Now, when we're looking down here, can you see this? Look down there. Can you see that channel of water?
Yeah.
Does that look natural
No.
or man-made?
Man-made.
Man-made. So come over here to this bit. And what does this bit here look like to you guys? Come down here.
Where's in the water?
Well, let's come down and see if we can figure it out. When we look here, is this man-made or is this natural? Man-made. And look up there. So there's no water here, but just behind there where it's a bit lower, that's where the reservoir is. So what do you think this bit's for?
Channeling the water.
For channeling the water. And when will the water come over here?
When it's overflowing.
When it's getting too high. Aye. So this is just a little bit that keeps the reservoir at the right. Aye, so it doesn't come too high and come over here and flood all down the valley, doesn't it?
So it gives the water a place to go.
Exactly, that's exactly what it does, William. It gives the water a place to go. But at the minute, the water doesn't need anywhere to go, does it?
Yeah, it's too shallow.
It's too shallow in the reservoir, yeah. We've got a bit of a drought going on at the moment with all the lovely weather.
I guess normally you'd see it's filled up.
Yeah, you would see it flowing down. If we came back after a heavy spell of rain, I'm sure we would see that running with all the water coming down it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Right, well, we walk back down, we'll have another look. And then as we walk back, we can have a look down the other side
I've got some questions.
of the reservoir. What's your questions, William? To ask away.
I wonder,
What do you wonder?
how were like the really old houses over there built?
Well, they would have been built back in the day when there was no water here. So the crofts and stuff, they would have worked this valley because, like Chloe said, this would have been the swamp. This would have probably been the most fertile part.
Well, no, actually, that was back billions upon billions of years ago.
Yes. But in modern times, it means that this area is very fertile, doesn't it? That's why the ochels are so popular for farming and the like around here because of the Carboniferous Fault.
And it looks a bit, and see this landscape, it looks like a bit like a country show.
It does look like a country show, doesn't it, William? Well, we do live out, we might live in a town, but it's right out in the middle of the countryside, isn't it?
Yeah. These are the best places to live.
I think so. I mean, I don't know how you can argue with this for a place to live. Do you? Don't you?
Well, I can argue.
I can you? Oh, right, okay.
You don't get any signal.
You don't get any signal, but do you really need a signal when you've got this to look at?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe I want to chat to my friends.
Well, I'm sure you'd get a signal somehow.
Somehow.
Maybe not a very good one, but you'd get a signal.
I would really like to live here.
Would you? Well, if that's where you want to live, then maybe you can. And if you don't, you can come up and see it whenever you like.
Yeah.
But yeah, this really is quite something, isn't it? What are you saying, William?
I see that shed, giant shed.
I see that giant shed, yeah.
It's made out of wood, so imagine how long that would have taken.
Yeah, it's a big one, eh?
Sounds like they're still building it to me.
I think the gentleman who lives there is just out cutting his grass.
Okay, he's cut this grass.
Well, he maybe cut all of this, didn't he?
Because it's pretty deep.
It's very deep, isn't it?
But I guess it's kind of hard to sweep lots of grass. Like this much.
Yeah.
It's not like leaves.
No, absolutely not.
Well, instead of knee deep in dry grass, we'll be knee deep in leaves.
That's right. We're going to have to get the leaf rake out to pick up all the leaves that are going to fall down very, very soon.
Yeah. But they especially do look nice.
Right. Well, we say goodbye, boys and girls.